Harrison Brothers Welding and Fabrication Super Late Models, 50 laps here at Oswego Speedway. Oswego in the state of New York. Cars are on track practicing right now, getting some test laps in. All but a few cars have made at least a couple laps here. So far, the 54 of Nick Anderson showing quick time at a 17.081. So far, the only car in a 17.0s. Everybody else is a 0.1, 0.2, 3, 4s, 5s, and 6s. Looks like we have 11 cars registered here tonight. I believe the 66 car of Rod Merritt's will be dropping back to the tail of the field. Last week was a special, so that that rule doesn't take effect for last week's feature winner, but Rod winning the week before will tail the field. That was Rod Merritt. So far, the only car not to turn a lap here, 24 of Brandon Booterbaugh. Still yet to make an attempt here at some practice laps.
I believe he's just now on track. I was a little late rolling up here this evening.
Austin Barr with a strong lap, currently sitting second, 17.17. Tyler and Chad Ruggie right with each other there in fourth and fifth quick time so far.
Nick's gone back to his white primary game for Oswego here. I know some of these drivers have a little bit of concern after their last visit here and the troubles, especially in turns 3 and 4 with that gate in the middle of the corner and finding themselves on the outside of the wall looking in, shipping them back into pit road.
Yeah, that little opening is rough on these cars. I believe it's also famous for grabbing a hold of a spoiler and pulling it off there too. Oswego is 0.63 in length, so lots of speed here, over half mile long. So
biggest thing with this track is it's deceiving because you go into the corner and turn 1 and turn 3 and think you've got all this room, and by the time you get to turns 2 and 4, that corner's narrowed down and you have less room on the exit than you did on the entry.
Yeah, we've seen in the past a lot of bottleneck into those corners for that exact reason. Looks nice and wide, and all of a sudden the fast lane, all of a sudden you're coming together. So obviously 2 and 3 wide can get pretty exciting here, and boy, they tear them up pretty quick with these high speeds here. So that's a good field of cars for our super race tonight. 11. We've seen a little bit less than that in the past, but good to see at least 11 entries here tonight. as always, looking to grow all classes. So, friends of one of these drivers and something you want to try, maybe try out to do, and one of your friends here, we can get you in a test session and see how you do, see where you might belong as far as in a pro or super, or if you elect to go to a mod. So always looking to grow the group a little bit. It's always nice if you know somebody that's in here. Try to keep it somewhat tight as long as you know someone and they can, trustworthy and not one of those official drivers that, rub you the wrong way all the time and not really care. Just looking for good, clean racing, have some fun. We take it pretty serious. Things happen, we get together, things like that, but on a regular basis, these cars, each class we have, we've seen caution-free races, and if they're not caution-free, they're usually pretty minimal. So, think you can hold a line and get some speed, get a hold of one of your friends here in the league, and see if we can't get these classes to grow a little bit. Chad and Tyler usually put this on, doing a great job with monitoring, people's driving, things like that. Nice set of rules, and just have a lot of fun doing this. So, but always room to grow. So, we only got about 3 minutes left here in our practice session. I'm sure the track has slowed down. Take a look here. Don't see any big movers here on the board. Nick Anderson holding on to that fast time, 17.0. Austin Barr, Blaze Harrison, Tyler, and Chad Rugy. Rod Merritts, if we haven't mentioned the 66 of Rod Merritts yet, be dropping back to the back of the field tonight, making his way up through. I'm sure you'll hear us talk a lot about Rod as he's making his way up from the back. 26 of Daniel Collins, Michael Lake, Mitch Stiles, Kobe Kimbrough, and Brandon Booterbaugh will be your field tonight.
I'm just winding down here. Only got a couple minutes left here in hot laps.
Take a quick minute here and thank our league and class sponsors. As I said earlier, Harrison Brothers Welding and Fabrication sponsor for our superlate models. Oval Track Specialties will be the sponsor of our cautions. Elevated Outdoors for our hot pit. Newcomb Automotive will award the hard charger of the race, whoever makes up most positions during that feature event. Backroad Powder Coating, sponsor of our Victory Lane, and Smeal Racing Design, sponsor of our White Flag Lap 1 to go. Hit our final minute here, and we'll be able to get these cars back into the pit area and get them ready and lined up for our heat races tonight. I believe we'll have 2 heat races tonight. Mention it just about every week, but tight field of cars, everybody doing their homework and relatively close in time here. Everybody's in that 17-second bracket, 17.0 to a 17.4. All 11 cars within that time range, so not even a half a second separating our first from the 11th car. And checker flag will come out for our hot lap session. Mention the guys will go in and get their car ready for that heat race.
See how the pill draw gods treat these guys. It looks like we will have 6 here in our first heat race. That we'll see a couple guys that we're used to seeing at the front of these races. Inside row number 1 will be the 96 of Tyler Ruggie. On his outside will be the 27 of Michael Lake.
Inside row 2 will be the 151 of Colby Kimbrough. Outside of Colby, current point leader in the 54, Nick Anderson.
And third and final row, we'll see the inside, the 24 of Brandon Buterbaugh, and to his outside, the 15 of Austin Barr. Have to see if the drivers of the 24 and 54 have any ill feelings after the incident on track last week. Hopefully these guys have a short memory. We can have some good racing.
Yeah, a little bit of excitement last week, and a rumor through the pit area that conversation took place even before everybody departed the track last week, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to be an issue, but hey, we never know. For the time being, yeah.
Group, for the most part, is pretty good about keeping a level head and moving on to the next week.
Yeah, as I mentioned, we were talking about growing the league. I mean, things are going to happen, tempers are going to go, but it's just a matter of how we deal with them, and hopefully these guys can show everybody and show all of our viewers that we just move on and try to put on a good show. And if not, hey, it's going to be fun to spectate. So
yeah, make for some good television for us.
The pace truck ducks off here. Green flag will be out here shortly. Get our night underway. Heat race number 1 for our super late models. Oswego Speedway. Tyler Ruggie on the pole. Green is out. Good door-to-door, side-by-side start.
But Nick Anderson is...
Oh, we got one into the wall.
Bars in the wall already.
Yep. Looks like we lost a wheel. Caution will be coming out. I would surely
I think he just towed.
Oh, well, maybe
I don't think we'll see a... We won't see a caution here.
We won't see a caution. So we have a option as drivers here when you know your car not going to be able to drive back to the pit. He was able to just hit that button, get himself off the speedway, and we will stay green here, as Smeel said. Nick Anderson now up to... Ooh, Nick Anderson just... Oh no, that was Tyler Ruggie.
That was Tyler Ruggie. He's...
Wow. Boy, those cars touched, and they were just... That thing just went straight into the wall. I mean...
Oof.
Yeah.
Trying to take a look and see what the cockpit view looks like for that to see if it was
it doesn't look like that
a slight overcorrection, or
it didn't look like the wheels turned, didn't look like the momentum stopped. Whew, what a hit.
no, it just... I don't know if it broke something or what happened, but...
Yeah, I mean, obviously, contact, Tyler goes down to the bottom, Kimbrough down there, and pretty decent contact there, but boy, it just didn't look like there was any effort whatsoever to get that car turned or woed up, or from the views I'm checking out here, but yeah, that one's junk. Hopefully Tyler Ruggie brought himself a backup car, because that one's not getting fixed. Oh, Michael Lake out front here. took me a minute to actually realize that was Michael out there. That car, I'm not, if everybody's seen the same paint scheme. It just kind of looks like a iRacing default scheme.
I was wondering if I was the only one seeing that.
Yeah.
That's all I saw last week when our producer Kevin Jackson wasn't here. So just glad it wasn't just me last week. As green flag is back in the air here.
Nick Anderson looks down to the inside. Bunch of traction down there. The outside momentum will allow Michael Lake to motor back around. Nick Anderson will throw it back down on the bottom side again. Trying to inch ahead of here. Michael Lake, again, the outside just a tad bit faster. Anderson with a slight bobble on the inside that lap around. We should have, what, 2 to go here, I believe. White flag being displayed. 1 more lap to go. Michael Lake, Nick Anderson, Booterbaugh, and Colby Kimbrough.
Looks like we're going to see a whole lot of change here.
Nope. Oh.
Alrighty, so that'll take us into heat race number 2. So we will see the 94 of Chad Rouge on the inside. To his outside, the 66 of Rod Mertz. Again, we mentioned we'll be tailing the field after a victory in our last non-special event.
Inside row number 2, we'll see the 26 of Daniel Collins. Outside of Daniel, and the 25, Blaze Harrison.
And shotgun in heat race number 2 is the 54 of Mitch Stiles. His car is... there he goes.
For those tuning in that normally do have heard us talk about or know about guys running the Oculus, Smil, do you know if Chad got that issue he was having fixed up, or is he running without that Oculus tonight?
I had not heard for sure.
Okay.
If he did not, I hope his competitors hold on, because it's definitely a drastic difference going from that immersion level to you're looking at possibly just a single monitor. I don't know what Chad's
sure
backup view is. I believe it's just a single monitor.
Yeah, and I hear you guys talk about that change. I've only tried that Oculus one time for about 30 minutes. I didn't care for it, took it off, never looked back. So, but I do know that the ones who run it say they have a heck of a time not running it. So we'll see here if Chad Rouge maybe got that fixed up, or if that's going to hinder. But the green flag is out. Front row of Chad Rouge, Rod Mertz. Lap number 1, heat race number 2.
We're going to be 3 wide per second, briefly. Back to 2 wide. Rod Mertz to the outside, Blaze Harrison to the inside. Chad Rouge still leading the way. A little bit of contact there with our back pair of Mitch Stiles and Daniel Collins. They'll keep her going in the right direction. Mitch Stiles able to make his way by for 4th. But he's kind of single filed out here. We'll see if anyone can make any runs. Track's kind of in that state right now where it's a lot of follow the leader.
Yeah.
Collins trying to make the bottom work. I don't know that right now with... Oh, Rod's in the wall. Rod collects everybody. Oh, Rod is upside down. I think we might have some words from Rod after the race.
Let's see this here. Rod enters the corner. Yeah, Rod Merritt's got real tight. Got up into that cushion, got up into the wall all by himself, and he just had help finishing it off. But that car was pretty much wrecked, I think, before Harrison got to him. So Rod Merritt, as we mentioned, would be dropping back to the tail end of this field for our feature anyway. The only thing Rod possibly missed out on here was a little bit of bragging rights and a couple points if he would have finished in the top 3 here at this feature or this heat race. Rod Merritt's to the pit. Car's pretty much junked. Hopefully he brought it back up as well. He'll be digging that out of the trailer here shortly.
See how much damage these... Chad's about half a track ahead and is stopped waiting for the rest of the field.
Okay, I was going to say, I'm behind the pace truck here, and I didn't see Chad Ruggie. So Chad Ruggie's waiting on the field to catch him.
He decided he was going to wave at the fans, and ooh, that is a badly crap walking 25 car. Holy cow. That one's going to be a handful going into the corner.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he would have to gain by staying out here right now, but
I think 3 out of those 4 remaining cars might be... one is definitely all kinds of... He's skewed, looking like he's full throttle through the corner, and he's barely rolling.
I think I pass a 79 Ford F-150 that looks like that coming at me every morning when I'm going to work. But yeah, that thing's all out of whack. Chad Ruggie working on lap 4 here, leading heat race number 2. Daniel Collins will inherit that second place position here.
I was able to quickly get around the crab walking 25 car of Harrison.
I'm just impressed he can keep it off the wall.
Yeah, I don't think keeping it off at least the outside wall is going to be the hard part. That thing's going to want to just send it to the inside.
Well, we mentioned Chad Ruggie and possibly some equipment issues or failure, but to tell you what, right now, Chad Ruggie keeping a nice straight, clean line, so either doing a heck of a job here, well, never mind. Gets a little sideways there coming off the corner, but Chad Ruggie, nice sizable lead here, working lap 7 of 8.
Tell you what, I was watching the in-car of Harrison, and he's got that wheel cranked 90 degrees. Oh, he's in the wall. He's out of the track. Never mind. He had that wheel cranked 90 degrees just to keep it straight in the corner.
It was good while it lasted.
As Chad Ruggie will work his way through 3 and 4 here and pick up the win in heat race number 2, as I think the only car that still has a 90% straight body on it. Yeah, there might be some
eventful heat races.
There are going to be some backup cars, some cars that are going to get some thrashing on in the elevated outdoors hot pit in between the heat and the feature here, as we have our brief intermission, hot lap. Not really entirely sure what to call the minute break here in between.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but they get 1 minute to throw a setup in it, bring it out, throw it into turn 1, see what they have, at least give them a feel for what what's going to feel like when they throw the green flag. Some guys don't even take advantage of this 1 minute little session here, but
I know for myself, I usually try to at least see what the set's going to do going into turn 1. It's a little easier to figure that out solo than it is to try and figure that out when you got cars around you.
Yeah, I will. I'll often try to get out there. First thing I do in this is after I get my setup put in the car for the feature, I'll get in the car and make sure my fuel looks good. Add enough fuel. I guess that's the biggest thing. I mean, there's a lot of things you can screw up, but that's it's one of the easiest things that have taken out good portion of our guys every now and then. Only make 5, 6 laps in the feature, and they're out of fuel. So we'll get these cars lined up here. 50 laps for our Oswego feature event. Starting on the pole in our feature tonight will be the 27 of Michael Lake. Outside of Michael in the 94, Chad Ruggie.
Inside row number 2 will be your current points leader and defending champion in the series, the 54 of Nick Anderson. To his outside will be the 26 of Daniel Collins.
Row 3 will see the 24 of Brandon Buderbaugh. Outside of Brandon in the 54, Mitch Stiles.
Inside row number 4 will be the 151 of Colby Kimbrough. To his outside will be the 25 of Blaze Harrison.
In the next row, we'll see the 96 of Tyler Ruggie. Outside of Tyler will be the 15 of Austin Barr.
And rounding out the field after a rough heat race will be the 66 of Rod Merritt. Ultimately, he was going to end up there regardless. Just unfortunate that he might give up a couple points, but we'll see what he can do. He's one that's usually there around at the end of the race. So with only a 40-lap race, we'll see what his strategy is. If he still sticks with his biding his time, or if he looks to get moving early on with the limited lap count. Pace truck has ducked off. That will leave the field in the hands of Lake and Chad Ruggie as they await the green flag here out of turn 4.
Green, green, green.
There we go. Pretty even start. Lake has a slight advantage here going to turn 1. I think he'll probably slide up.
Slide up and tow Nick Anderson right along with him. Anderson able to move quickly into that second position. Now Anderson looking to the inside early here for the lead on Michael Lake. Throws it into the bottom. On the bottom side, Michael Lake outside momentum won't be enough. Nick Anderson to the lead. Working lap number 3.
Oh, someone's in the wall. Is that Chad?
Must be.
Oh, Chad's in the wall. Chad's broke. Oof. After optimistic start to the race, unfortunately, he is going to bring out our first oval track specialties caution of the evening and take it to the elevated outdoors hot pit. Looks like his car just on the tight side, and
yeah, just fed her to the outside wall there. I mean, there was a little bit of contact prior to that corner.
Ooh.
No, there wasn't
hard contact with the wall, and looking up at the stars there momentarily.
Yeah, I was thinking they made contact back there before they made it to the corner, but that was Mitch Stiles and Tyler Ruggie with a little bit of contact. But yeah, Chad Ruggie ripped the right front end off, and hate to see that early on in the race, but Chad Ruggie was able to drive her back to the pit lane. So see what kind of repairs his crew can make here before we get going back to green. Nick Anderson with an impressive start. Started into that, I believe, 3rd position, but followed Michael Lake right off the green and able to keep it on the bottom side to take over the lead here. Early on, 50 laps here. Not many laps. Pretty big speedway, so they're not going to click off real fast, but one of our shorter races for our super late models.
Chad is going to get that car back out on the racing surface here. He'll tell the field, see how that car handles. It definitely took a beating.
Yeah. Yep. Well, it's early on. If he can stay try to keep himself on a lead lap here. Might see another caution. Get back in there and get some more work done. Green flag's out. Nick Anderson in control.
Green flag.
Oh, real tight, little bit of contact there. Back there barely with the 26 of Daniel Collins and Tyler Ruggie.
Ooh. These guys are definitely... Oh, Rod's up in the wall a little bit.
Yeah, Rod Merritt's fed the right rear to the wall. Oh, big crash. Big crash. Daniel Collins, Mitch Stiles. See him out here. Daniel Collins leading Mitch Stiles here as they head down the straightaway. We'll see.
Oh, I think he looks like he got into the corner a little hot.
He got into the back of Booterbaugh and sent himself around, and boy, collected up. Collected up the 66 of Rod Merritt. It's probably some pretty heavy front end damage for the 66. Doesn't look like he's steering real well, traveling away from that. From that crash, yeah, Mitch Stiles can't turn either. He's having, he can't get it to turn anyway. He just towed out of there. Boy, Collins had a heck of a run inside. He made up 3-4 car lengths in a split second there and got in the back of Booterbaugh. I'm not sure if there was anything that happened prior to that. I didn't catch it, but nonetheless, Daniel Collins pretty much turned himself around, I guess you could say. And
interesting enough, though, the call from the flag stand is to charge that caution on the 24. That's interesting viewpoint on that incident.
Yeah, I would have to do some investigation, go on back further to maybe see why. But hey, nonetheless, I'm here to call the race, and we'll
have to see if any of those cars. I see the 15 starting to roll out of the elevated outdoors hot pit. Rod Merritt's is starting to roll. Oh, that car is still heavily broke with the way that thing was picking up the left front even in pit road. Mitch Stiles still sitting in pit road. Ruggie got a little bit more repairs. So definitely not a lack of action here so far, as we are only working lap 5. Yeah, lap 5, working lap 6 here.
Michael
Lake with the big push.
It gets real tight.
Contact
with Harrison and Kimbrew, I believe.
These guys are definitely well aware this is a shorter race. They've got elbows out.
Yeah, a little uncharacteristic of our super late model division, but Nick Anderson, Tyler Ruggie up into that second position.
Ross worked his way back up into 5th, right behind the 25 of Blaze Harrison, the 27 of Michael Lake. Lake, I'm thinking, might be hurting a little bit. He got into the wall pretty good. I thought he was going to catch that gate in 3 and 4 there again.
He certainly doesn't give himself a whole lot of room there, but that's just the Michael Lake style. Yep, that's it. He elects to bring her down to the bottom side. I mean, there obviously could be some handling issue there now that I did see him on the bottom side there.
Harrison's looking, look there to the inside for the second place position over Tyler Ruggie. Actually, Harrison, that last lap, turned the fastest lap of the event so far. As he's gonna take over, maybe? Nope. Tyler Ruggie with the momentum on the outside will fend off, at least for now, the charge from the 25.
Yeah, we got these second, third, fourth, and fifth place cars here. Nice battle.
Everyone else a little further back is kind of single filed out.
Yeah, this is definitely our definitely our battle right now on track. Oof, Michael
Lake
Lake,
into the back.
Harrison get a little bit of contact there.
The way that these guys have been elbows up makes you wonder if that might have been a message from the 27 car.
Well, find out here if that 27 car is able to catch back up here to that 25 as Nick Anderson continues to lead. I'd say 8-10 car lengths here. Definitely helping him out here that Blaze Harrison and Tyler Ruggie battling side by side for second spot, just allowing Nick Anderson to obviously no mirrors in these cars. He's not quite sure what he's got going on now, but yeah, these guys battling back here is just going to continue to allow Nick Anderson to drive away as they now single file themselves back out. Blaze Harrison able to take over that second position from Tyler Ruggie, followed by Michael Lake.
Okay, all of our cars are kind of single filed out here. Oh, we got a caution. What's the caution for? Oh, bar is around in turns 3 and 4.
Doesn't look like that car is able to steer. Must have, like I said, high speeds here. You run into trouble. You usually, well, that car was tore up. Gets into the inside wall, entering that corner. Gets himself
was there a little
tight.
Little contact there between Chad Ruggie and nope, he just
got into that
bar
inside
just
wall.
was sending it for everything it's worth and sending it a little too hard. Obviously, that's a very mangled race car to begin with, and maybe not handling the way that he would like it to. Chad Ruggie like he was getting ready to look to the inside, but probably glad he thought otherwise of it to not get caught up in that.
As you mentioned, it was kind of bent up prior to that. With any luck, maybe it bent some of that stuff back. We'll see when Austin Barr returns to the surface. Working lap 15.
We'll see.
I think we have just as many cautions as we do laps in tonight so far, but
definitely feels like that. I feel like we've got just as many cautions as what we got cars left on the track at this point.
Nick
or at least
Anderson
ones that aren't damaged.
Yeah.
Nick Anderson out front in the Delaware double file. Harrison will choose the inside, putting Rouge to the outside, and everybody else has their dancing partner. We'll see how this lasts. Jesus, we still got 34 laps to go.
Yeah. Austin Barr back out onto the surface here, trying to catch these group here as we're back to green flag. Nick Anderson in control for now. Harrison to the bottom side. Tyler Ruggie on the outside in that second position. Booterbaugh close behind here on the outside lane. Harrison drives it in there deep. Boy, he gained wholesale ground on Nick Anderson, made that pass on Tyler Ruggie and got right up there behind Nick Anderson. Boy, he's got a hot rod here tonight.
Could he be the second Harrison to fight himself in victory lane here for the evening?
It's very possible. He looks, like I said, extremely strong right now.
Booterbaugh is able to get by the 96 of Tyler Ruggie for that third place position. Lake's currently under fire from Colby Kimbrough. Got battles all over the track. Booterbaugh still looking strong on that outside. He's got to watch though. This is another one of those tracks where you get that, car high, but they don't know it.
Yeah, well, we talked about the wide corners and all of a sudden bottleneck down into these straightaways and these front three here are grouped together pretty good. Boo, Harrison gets way underneath Anderson, maybe shows him just a touch. I'm not sure, but it was awful close if they didn't. Anderson to the outside now. Harrison elects to stay down to the bottom. I believe Anderson could hear something back there going on and decided it was time to possibly move around.
He's going to push. Buderball's going to go to the middle.
Yeah.
Buderball's going to go to the lead. What a move.
Third to first for Buderball. He gets himself, Nick Anderson got himself real tight. Boy, he's fighting back though in the center.
Yeah, we're about to find out if there's still any feelings from last week between these two.
Yeah, well, and then you also have Harrison up there battling as well. They were 3 wide there momentarily. They made it work. Buderball to the lead. Nick Anderson now fighting on the outside, trying to regain positions that he lost as he went from first to third there with that car got real tight on the outside, and it looked like Buderball got himself a little bit tight as well. Nick Anderson able to take advantage of that. Pull up alongside here as we enter the corner. Looks like we're going to try to make it 3 wide momentarily again. Buderball to the outside, Nick Anderson rolling the center.
This is turning one heck of a battle here with these top 3.
Yeah, something I'm noticing here is every time somebody's in the lead, it looks like that second and third place car are faster. It just I had that impression when Nick was out there that Buderball and Harrison were faster, and these last couple laps, Buderball out front looks like the second and third place car were just eating them up there. But as of right now, Buderball out front, Nick Anderson second, Harrison third.
Right now, these cars sitting 1-2 are the 2 that found themselves in victory lane here the first 2 times we visited this track. Distances of 70 and 85 laps. Buderball won the 70-lap event. Nick Anderson picked up the 85-lap event. So will we see one of these 2 return to victory lane, or are we going to see Blaze Harrison pick up his first win here of the season?
Sure.
I don't know if it's his first career here with us, or...
I'd have to look back, but...
I believe it would be.
Yeah. And don't look now, but Tyler Ruggie and Michael Lake are making up some wholesale ground in these front 3. Not so much that they got a battle going on, these front 3, but Ruggie and Lake both now coming into the picture here to make this a 5-car battle up front.
Looking back, trying to see, yep, Tyler does slide up in front of Lake. Lake will think about crossing him over, but he'll stick to that high line.
Yeah, working lap 30 here of 50, so about 20 laps to go here for our feature event. Buderball now with a nice, comfortable lead here, 5 to 10 car lengths, depending on where they're at on the track, but still a close battle back here between the 54 of Anderson and the 25 of Blaze Harrison.
Caution, yellow flag.
Oh, there's a yellow. I don't think that is what Buderball wanted to see.
No,
Lake
not
up
at
in
all.
the wall.
Let's see. Look back
Let's
here.
see if we can figure out what... Ooh, as he comes across the nose of Kimberoo darting the pit road.
Well, we got Michael Lake
there.
the inside. Tyler Ruggie to the inside. Oh, he gets into the wall all by himself there. He
Just
a
sent
little
it
battle
in a
going
little
on.
too hard.
Yeah, little battle back there with Tyler Ruggie. He sent it in there, and boy, he just that car got tight. He sent her into the outside wall. Heavy contact. Yeah, Tyler Ruggie did get into the back end of that car as Michael Lake made contact with the wall, so see how bad that's going to be. Currently on pit road, we got Colby Kimberoo, 66 of Rod Merritt's, 27 of Michael Lake here on the
It looks like
elevated outdoor hot pit.
Barr, Styles, and Collins have all 3 loaded their cars up for the evening. So this might be a race of survival and whose car still looks straight. I think, knock on wood, but Nick Anderson's car is the only one that hasn't been involved in an incident so far.
Yeah, we started with 11 cars here. Right now we got 3 cars visiting elevated outdoor hot pit, and right now we only got 5 cars lined up here to take this restart here in lap 32. Those cars in the pit will probably make it back out here and rejoin the field.
Lake is rolling out. Merritt's is rolling out. Yep, there rolls Kimbrew as well. So all 3 will return to the racing surface. As we get ready to see the green flag here in 3 and 4 at the control of Brandon Buderbaugh.
Green, green, green.
Good start by Anderson, able to hold on to the back end of the Buderbaugh.
Oh, I think Buderbaugh knocked his spoiler off.
He did.
He knocked his spoiler off.
Yep. Oh. He was leading, found himself in second place as Nick Anderson made a nice move to get underneath him, but now that car is just going to fade backwards.
Ooh. Tough break for somebody who showed a lot of speed, but that's the risk you run, running the high side here. All it takes is catching that the wrong way. Looking back here, what happened? Looking back at the replay. Oh, he caught the wall on the front stretch.
Like they just get tight. I don't have many laps on this track myself. I can't really tell you exactly what those drivers are feeling right now, but I tell you what, we're seeing this track claim some of the best drivers we have here in the league.
We've seen this at both of our other trips here, that cars that have shown strength. You know, I recall one of the visits here, Lake had quite the lead and caught that gate in 3 and 4 and took himself and I believe Tyler Rushi out of the race. So
sure, yeah, you mentioned that. Even we talked about a bunch of them in this race. Our current race leader we've seen here earlier in the night get a little tight, jumped that cushion and lost a lead. Went back to third place, but able to bring it back. But we have a heck of a battle right now as Blaze Harrison down on the bottom side was able to get up side by side with Nick Anderson, but Nick Anderson motors back on by. Blaze Harrison does have something for Nick Anderson, I believe. Waiting for that right moment, I believe, to show it, or maybe a little bauble or another bauble from somebody we normally don't see bauble, but we've seen baubles just about everybody tonight. Ooh, boy, he's up underneath the 54 is Harrison, and just applying that pressure. Nick Anderson can obviously hear that car when he's that close. A couple car lengths back, you can even hear the car, but boy, that close, Nick Anderson knows Harrison's there and putting all the pressure.
Tell you what, I'm sure Harrison's hungry for a win. I don't think he's going to be afraid to use the chrome horn here as we start to close in. We got 10 to go in our 50 lap event here. I think if he's close enough, he's going to definitely throw the.
Oh yeah,
everything he's got at the 54.
Yeah. I mean, without driving over top of somebody. I mean, in that position, wins aren't easy to come by here in this class, and you got a shot at it. You're going to try to take something. Now he's moving up to the high side here. Looks like just rolling about a lane higher than Anderson. Anderson looking right next to that inside wall, looking for some added grip. He's got a good line there, but I tell you what, Harrison's got a run on him. Anderson will not leave a lane. Harrison gets up into the wall just a little bit, doesn't lose much momentum, but he did get into that outside wall just a little bit there with his right rear quarter panel. It's one thing I don't, just by watching this race, I don't think you want to overdrive it on the outside, because I've seen that bite a lot of people. See if he can keep his composure here and keep it off that jumping the cushion there, getting into the walls. but he's got a lot of corner entry speed. He'll gain 3-4 car lengths on that 54 as we're looking at lap 46 of 50. I don't think anybody obviously is holding back right now, but if he's going to make a move, he's going to have to do it here in the next 3-4 laps is all we got left. Nick Anderson ever so smooth on the bottom side there. Maintaining a good 2 to 4 car length lead here on the straightaways. Like I said, Harrison making up a lot of ground entering that corner, but I think that might actually be hurting him a little bit. Slow down to go fast, I believe. Nick Anderson's just flowing here on the bottom side. He gets a little bit off the wall this time, get him back down there in the grip. Did we see 2 to go, or are we coming around for 2 to go? I missed it.
We are 2 to go now. Popsicle sticks are in the air. They will see the white flag here coming across the front stretch now. Is that 24 car that was battling for the lead going to come into play here for these top 2?
Ooh, that car
He
is
will
just
not.
so
He will,
loose, and yeah, he elected to keep her out of contention. Yeah. Didn't want
Does
to be
the respectable thing, pulls the car off the racing surface. Nick Anderson will hold on to pick up another feature victory here. Great run for the 25 of Blaze Harrison. Third place will be the 27 of Lake. Fourth will go to Rougie. Fifth, Kimbrew. Okay, fourth to Tyler Rougie. Sixth to Chad Rougie. Rod Merritts will bring it home seventh. Booterbaugh eighth. Bar ninth. Styles 10th. And Daniel Collins 11th. Those last 3, more than half the laps down, so definitely a rough start to the race for several drivers, and a rough finish for a couple as well. You know,
Sure.
had some guys that showed speed that when you put it all out on the line, sometimes it comes back and bites you.
Yeah, absolutely. Mentioned Brandon Booterbaugh running up towards the front, just gets into the wall there and just tears the spoiler off. I mean, just a luck of that, but looks like Nick Anderson has made his way to the announcer's booth. Congratulations, Nick Anderson, on another feature win here at Oswego in 50 laps. Boy, was this an exciting one back there. I mean, you had yourself into a couple tight positions a few times there. You got a little tight going to the corner and lost 2 spots while leading, and able to regain your composure, come back up front, and congratulations again, and tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, thanks. I had my mic muted. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought you were speechless.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that was a good one. We started third there with Mikey in front of us. You never really know if you're ever gonna have a shot there. And I sailed in there on turn 1, and for a split second there, I kind of panicked because it looked like he was gonna cut down, and I knew I couldn't go down with the wall, and I knew whoever was behind me, I think it was Booterball. I know they were on me, so. Kind of got scared there, but we made it out of there, clean, and just kept fighting, and Lake was rolling pretty good there, and Booterball was rolling pretty good, and Blaze there at the end. It was a tricky track for a little bit. Anytime certain spots I'd hit, I'd get really, really, really tight, and then I'd hit the bottom, and I'd get the back end would get a little happy on me. So it was 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, trying to drive the car to figure out what it wanted. And, hats off to Lake for, coming back up there for a 3rd place finish after, I heard he got in a little mishap there. And kudos to Blaze. I think that might be his best run yet. And there wasn't a single lap that I didn't hear him and think I was going to get rolled around any time. And I apologize to him because I was probably a son of a gun to pass, but I was finding every inch of grip that I could find on a racetrack because I didn't have no idea where I needed to be or where I wanted to be, and I had to keep my streak alive with the Powder Puff Series. Jaden, every week she's won, I won, so I couldn't ruin that. So, yeah, we were just, lucky enough that we could, stay out of trouble and, salvage what we had out of those, tight races and make it out of it, and was able to walk out on top.
Yeah. Well, Nick, congratulations again. What number feature is this for us now? 7?
I think 6.
6. That would be 6 for the year.
6 feature wins for Nick Anderson. Holding on to that and extending the point lead as we start getting down to the latter part of the season here. So congratulations again. Anybody you'd like to thank before we move on?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for streaming this and streaming it and commentating it. So for all of us to get something to watch throughout the week, study it, and for everybody that likes to watch it that isn't a part of the league, something for them to do. All the drivers out there and all the classes, we all race each other as hard as we can, as close as we can, and have fun with it. And Chad and Tyler Ruzier for putting this gig on every week.
Well, congratulations again. Just a friendly reminder, you'll be starting at the tail end of this field next week here at Oswego. So, yeah. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thanks. I'll scratch my head and be happy for the next couple hours until we focus on next week.
Yeah, no, it's always. I mean, our goal is to get up here first place. We're racers. That's what we do. But a lot of times we ask ourselves, boy, why do we do that when we got to start the tail end of the field? And we've seen what happens when we mentioned Rod Merritt starting at the back of the field tonight. Innocent bystander of just the game we choose to play, and wrong place, wrong time. But that's what happens. But congratulations, Nick. Blaze Harrison, second place finish. I believe also looking quick here. I want to say Blaze Harrison, hard charger, starting 8th. Finishing second. Congratulations on that. Blaze, you had eventful race. You had, giving Anderson a lot of pressure towards the end there. Had a good car. Tell us a little bit about your race.
These guys are so good. Starting as far back as I did, I didn't know if I'd get that far up. And I think I had Nick passed once, but I missed the corner a little. And when I woke up to not run into him, as it Brandon or that guy there, foot flying by us, and I don't know if he ripped the spoiler off, and I was able to pass back. And then Nick, I think I was a little faster. I tried everything there was past him and just couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, sure. Towards the end of the race there, limited grip. I think almost looked like he was probably running where you needed to be, but I agree. You ate up a lot of ground entering those corners. Applying a lot of pressure, and I mean, you heard from his interview, he heard you the entire time, and really, when you get yourself in that kind of position where you can't just make that pass, that's really all you can do is just pressure that leader, hoping for a mistake. And I guess you can say he kind of got in his head because he knew you were back there, and that's what we have to do. So, congratulations on a strong second place finish. Is that your best finish this year, Blaze?
I think so. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've got some bad luck, and I ain't been doing very good.
Well, I guess that wasn't my point. My point was
Definitely
your personal best. No shame in finishing in the top. Like you said, all these guys in this class always have speed. So to finish second, and obviously behind Nick Anderson's nothing to be ashamed about, and be happy with that. And congratulations on that second place. Anybody you'd like to thank before we get finished up?
Yeah, thanks. Just Chad and Tyler for doing this deal. It's second year doing it. It's something to do on weekdays and keeps me out of trouble. And you guys for putting on the show.
Well, congratulations again. We'll see you back here next week.
Yep.
The 27. Thanks. 27 of Michael Lake, strong comeback after a little bit of mishap there. Cars getting tight and walls eating everybody up. A lot of action back there, but Michael Lake able to bring it home in a third position on our podium. Congratulations, Michael. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, I really was not any good at all in the beginning there. I couldn't rotate the bottom. Like Nick said, he would get tight in spots, and I just felt like I couldn't turn anywhere. So it was like I just had to constant wheel spin and try to keep the car rotated, and it was just a bigger curveball than what I think a lot of us were expecting for tonight. So
sure, yeah, absolutely.
All in all, we were. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, just seeing you choosing to come off the wall, that's your thing. That's usually where we all expect to see Michael Lake, and it almost seemed like not only you, but a lot of the other drivers, the harder they drove it in there and tried to get up on that cushion, it was just a handful tonight. So yeah, we did see us searching around in the center and the bottom a couple times, and at that point we knew that track was a handful when we see Michael Lake off the wall.
Yeah, it was definitely erratic, and this place has a lot of technical, I guess I'd say wall spots that'll just grab you and send you in, and like for instance, Brandon, he was running good there, and then all of a sudden his spoiler got ripped off on the front stretch. So
Sure.
it's a very technical, so to say, abusive track, and you just got to try to play your cards right and be there at the end. Luckily, whenever I went into the pits and came back out, we were able to get through a few cars quick, and get back up to, I think we were up to fourth then, and then we battled with Tyler for a little bit and held on to third for the podium. So that's big for points, and hopefully we can still close it out strong.
Well, congratulations again. Anybody you'd like to thank to help close us out tonight?
Yeah, all of you guys for putting this deal together. Whether it's the streaming, announcing, hosting, points, everything. There's so much more to it than I say it every weekend or every time I'm here. There's so much more to it than a lot of people see. So without you guys, none of this all would be possible for us to try to have a good time and enjoy our Tuesday nights. So with all that, we'll see y'all next week, and hopefully we can improve a few more spots.
Very good. Congratulations again. See you next week, Mike. Well, there we have it. 50 laps in the books, Oswego. All kinds of excitement out here tonight. Like we mentioned, 4 cars off the lead lap. A couple of those cars, we had Austin Barr 28 laps down, Mitch Stiles 45 laps down, Daniel Collins 46 laps down. We had a podium finisher finish on the podium after coming out of the pit. So yeah, all kind of action all over the place. Tough luck for Booterbaugh, showing a lot of speed there throughout the race. I think would have been in contention for one of those podium spots, but the track just come out and grabbed him and took that spoiler away. And action-packed. I'm looking forward to coming back next week for, I believe, 60 laps for these guys next week here.
I believe you are correct. 60 laps here. Our last visit here to Oswego definitely has shown to be a tough track. Kind of gives me the vibes of the reputation that Darlington does on the NASCAR side of things. That a lot of these cars ended up with the Oswego stripe.
Yeah,
instead of the.
And unfortunately, a lot of them got way more than a stripe. So yeah, a lot of carnage, and yeah, put the guys to the test tonight. We've seen a good deal of the guys at least once show us a little weakness and some bobbles, and that's sometimes not. We've seen some pretty clean racing out of just about everybody at least one time or another, but seeing mistakes out of everybody and just everybody up on the wheel and getting to the latter parts of the season here. Nick Anderson continues to lead them points, stretched out a little bit more tonight, but anything else in closing?
No, it looks like the only car that was able to finish the race tonight without any kind of incident point was our winner, Nick Anderson. He was the one car that was able to keep, I think, pretty much all the quarter panels the way that they look when it rolled on the track.
There you go.
So it's going to be, I think it's going to be all about survival again next week. I think
Sure.
this week was, going back to the shorter length race. It's it's go time from the drop of the flag, and I think that aggression bit some drivers. We'll have to see if maybe some cooler heads can prevail next week as we see what they've got for one more trip around Cedar Lake here, or Cedar Lake, Jesus, Oswego.
That's the pro
That's
lake
ours.
division. You're not completely lost, but But anyway, there we have it. All 3 classes in for tonight. All kinds of excitement all the way around, and shake up some points a little bit here and there. And but thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll be back here next week, same time, same place.